What's going on, YouTube? We got a economic update today. FOMC meeting was today, and apparently Powell decided to crash the stock market. If you have a life, you probably don't pay attention to this shit or watch it. I normally just watch recap videos and things like that. I think generally in the weeds isn't that important, but high level, honestly, it's pretty good to pay attention to this kind of stuff because it has some pretty wide-ranging impacts on, honestly, just pretty day-to-day life operations. But like I said, crashed the market. I mean, today pretty red. The whole market went red after their meeting today. Bitcoin's down. All the cryptos, all the major crypto, let's say that. I don't know. I think whatever the fuck, Fartcoin is still up or whatever. But Bitcoin, Ethereum tanked pretty solidly afterwards. Treasuries are going up, and they gave us another rate cut. So that was the prediction. That's what we thought was going to happen. I've talked about it on here multiple times, and I'll say it, I guess, again until I'm fucking blue in the face. But overall, the stock market doesn't like uncertainty, and they did match expectations with the fact that they cut rates again this time, but then their forecast is what has changed, and that is what I think has introduced this uncertainty that is not good for the stock market overall. And I mean, normally it's not like this is the beginning of the end or anything, but I mean, it doesn't happen until it happens, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But like I said, stock market overall pretty negative. Unemployment is ticking up slowly, or holding steady to ticking up slowly, and interest rates are coming down, and inflation is going up, or at least at a bare minimum holding steady. So this mixture of things is not ideal for what we're trying to do here, what they're trying to do. They want inflation to come down. To get inflation to come down, you keep the interest rates high or you take them higher. We've stalled on the inflation, or it's going up. Meanwhile, we are cutting the interest rates because the job market is deteriorating. Powell, the chair of the Fed, has come out and said basically they're not super worried about the job market. It's gradually but under control, gradually going up, but it's all under control. In my mind, it doesn't set alarm bells off or anything, but that piques my interest when you say it's under control, because one, I never trust anybody who says something's under control when it's something. The U.S. economy isn't a thing that's just under control. Like, it's too complex to be that well handled. This thing they're trying to do, this tightrope they're trying to walk, is a tough one. Will they be able to do it? I personally don't think so. You can have your own opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, whatever. But like I said, I don't know if you happened to watch the video a little while ago. I made a video about the unemployment rate ticking up. These charts that show unemployment month over month, year over year increases and things like that. Right before 2008, the chart looks like this, nice and gradual, and then it spikes. Right now, we are in the nice and gradual loop up. Whether it spikes or it just kind of slowly tapers off and holds low 4 or 5% like we are, that remains to be seen. My guess is it's going up. And yeah, gradually but under control is great. I don't know if you ever heard the saying, but like, what is it? Gradually and then all at once. Like, these things don't normally just happen. There's a build-up, and then there's a spike of some kind, or a little pop-off of the inflation rate when things happen. So like, if the stock market tanked, that next month, your unemployment numbers are going to start spiking. That's what they wanted to happen. This was the end game of this whole thing of them raising interest rates. When they raise interest rates, unemployment goes up. That is what happens. That's what they need to happen to keep inflation down and under control. Problem is, we got unemployment going up, inflation going up, interest rates going down, which just pushes inflation up. And we're stuck in a pickle here because our government runs on such a huge debt that we're paying crazy amounts of money for our interest on our debt, which is controlled by this Fed rate that's being set. And expenses are high as shit. Prices are near all-time highs. Inflation is now at roughly 3% and holding. We're way off the 2% we need to be. And now they come out and say, hey, we're probably going to look at cutting rates a little bit less next year. And that's more than anything, I think, from what I can gather, is what pissed the stock market off, is because they came out and said, hey, we were looking at cutting rates 3 or 4 times next year. We're probably only going to cut twice. And that means these interest rates are staying higher for longer. That is not good for you. Because if I can, from what I can tell, inflation's not going anywhere. We're going to be holding between 2 and 3% for the next year, 2 years. And they're going to keep the rates relatively high with high prices. So you're fucked every which way you can. There's nothing's good coming of this. I've been predicting that, like, we're going to have some kind of recession crash. I don't know how you want to define crash, but it's coming eventually, I think. When? Nobody knows. I've said that a million times too. There's no real way to predict it. It happens when it happens. The likelihood of them nailing this soft landing, not high in my opinion, even though Powell came out today and said in his meeting that he had, basically, hey, looks like we've beat the risk of recession. We're not having a recession. We're out of the woods. Like I said, when somebody tells me that sets alarm bells off a little bit, because I don't know if you know who Cramer is, Jim Cramer. Every time he's a stock picker guy. I don't know, he has a TV show, and I'm sure he has podcasts and shit nowadays, but every time he comes out and he says, hey, check this stock out, it's going to do great, or check this stock out, it's going to do awful, it almost always does the opposite of what he thinks is going to happen. When they try to come out and convince you that everything's great, that's when I feel like things are getting about to get bad. So you better hold on to your ass, and I hope everything doesn't go to shit. And I don't think today's stock market dip is going to be the catalyst of this happening or anything like that. But hey, we'll watch. I'll be here tomorrow. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, where we're going from here. Leave a like on the video if you would. Appreciate it. And if you didn't like it, dislike it. Tell me why. And subscribe. Like I said, come back tomorrow. I'm making videos every day.